Let's give Restar a call. Restar is a Florida-based, international, award-winning cosplay performance and craftsmanship team recognized for their flashy, stage-ready costume style, influenced by Japanese stage performers. I see Restar on the line now. Hey Chaosity, thanks for meeting with us today. First, introduce yourself in Restar.
Hi everyone, my name is Chaosity, or Chaos, and I'm what I like to call the ringleader of Restar. Restar is an international award-winning craftsmanship and performance cosplay team that adores idols and idol culture. We've been performing since 2016, and we love to invite our friends along to make some fun and exciting performances. We typically handcraft our costumes from scratch so that they have multi-use for contests and 2D idol concerts alike.
What would you say are the driving forces behind Restar? What inspires you to keep working towards your goals?
Our main driving force is just to really make something that we're proud of and happy to watch back and remember how much fun we had putting it together. Our biggest inspiration that I'm sure a lot of cos idols can agree on is seibu concerts and their exhilarating performances and beautiful costumes.
Oh wow! It looks like Restar has been operating for over 5 years at least. That's pretty amazing. What are some things that keep the group working well together? And what are some things that you've learned over the years?
When it comes to a group experience, I really do feel like to make the best product, you have to work with everyone's strengths to shine together. Depending on the project, we typically delegate certain responsibilities to certain members. For example, I typically handle the visuals and the designing of like how everything looks together. My wife handles a lot of the logistics and construction of the costumes, and some of the other members will either make like choreo or typography, all that kind of fun stuff. I think group environments do teach you a lot and allow you to see things that you typically wouldn't see otherwise or from another point of view. And they just allow you to make like a lot of memories. It's like a big family. I like to call Restar a big family. My biggest piece of advice is just to be respectful to one another and communicate. It's really that simple. I mean, we're all human, we all make mistakes, so as long as you talk things through, I think you can work most things out.
For those who might not know, what media does Restar cosplay from? And what draws you to that media?
We tend to dip our toes in a lot of franchises in media. Recently, up until now, our main focus had been on stars due to their like really strong and identifiable concepts. Same with when we did Trigger from Idolish 7, they just have like a really confident presence that's extremely fun to translate into the stage and costumes and just play around with like that major theme. I kind of find it more fun to like find something that's really thematic. So for like Trigger, it's like, oh, they're like sexy and they have swords and there's black and silver, and I'm like, okay, let's make like a collage, put all of that together and see what we can come up with that. And that was like the fun for it for me for a lot of these projects. Same with Switch, you know, they're these gamers and they have green and they have lights, so I'm like, oh, let's use shoe lights, the little shoes with the LED lights. Like, it's just fun to work with. I really like these strong themes.
What are some ways to really embody an idol character on stage?
You know, character portrayal is incredibly important to our team. That includes facial acting and body language. All of that I think are really key to making a powerful and energetic performance. Because at the end of the day, I'm not a professionally trained dancer, but if I see like the character coming out in the performance, I think sometimes that makes up for the fact.
What makes performance-ready cosplay different from a cosplay made just for photos or walking around a con?
Yay, I love this. Okay, we actually did previously conduct a panel on this. So we take a lot of steps to ensure that our costumes not only last a long time, but also withhold through vigorous dances. We tend to use a lot of breathable fabrics, strong closures. My personal favorite is sewing our hats onto our wigs. We did that for a recent performance at Anime Milwaukee for Alkaloid. And of course, lots of hidden safety pins. We even made a little thing in our panel called the Little Oopsies video, where I asked a lot of members of our community to send in clips of like things going wrong during their performance, because it happens to everyone, but oh my gosh, it's lovely to see that it happens to everyone and we can all grow from it. So we tend to do our best to make sure that doesn't happen, but it's not the end of the world if it does.
Ugh, yeah, that's never fun. Safety pins are a must. Speaking of challenges, what's a challenge you faced along the way?
Initially, our biggest challenge was finding others that were interested in the male idol franchises, because that was like our main thing. Not that I don't love or like female idols, But male idols were really like what catapulted me into the idol space. And I really wanted to do the bigger groups like Idol 7, and I just didn't know anybody in the community that liked it. Of course, now, so much has changed through the years that we have tons of friends and people that like we could do this stuff with till the end of time, and we get to bond with them through performing. So I think that was our biggest obstacle.
What's a piece of advice that you want to share with other idol cosplayers?
My piece of advice is just to take everything one step at a time. Don't rush yourself for debut. Take your time and make it memorable, and of course, take every step as a learning opportunity. You don't learn anything if you're not applying it to yourself.
Where do you craft? Please tell us about your studio and your equipment.
My crafting studio. You're currently in it. I know you can't see much, but it is a 12 by 12 approximately foot room. To be honest, I haven't measured it. From what I know, it's 12 by 12 with poor airflow, projects everywhere, 2 computers, and where I spend 90% of the time with my wife. I joke, but this really is my happy place. For most of our materials, we either have them shoved in the closet or we have them in a storage unit because my house is very small. For equipment, we have a sewing machine. It's a Skyline S9. We actually won that from a contest. Yippee! I would not pay that much for a sewing machine, but if you do, good on ya. I do not have that kind of money. We have a serger, a Cricut. We have a friend with a 3D printer that we send the files we make to, along with the resin printer. To be honest, we don't have anything that crazy. We do a lot of stuff with what we got. I would have to say the embroidery function on our sewing machine, it makes mass producing our costumes for our team so much easier and lets us do some really cool techniques on stuff like that we typically, it would take months to do it by hand. So that's cool. I like that.
Back tour! What's in your convention bag?
We bring quite literally something for every possible mishap, and I highly recommend it. We bring tons of glue, safety pins, needles, thread, batteries, band-aids, medicine, paint, you name it, it's in there, I promise.
Thank you so much for meeting with us, Restar, and for all the insight into your world. Do you have any final pieces of advice? And where can the people find you online?
So I just want to say to continue to work towards your dreams. Don't let anybody stop you, and you can make anything reality. Just put your heart to it. And of course, don't be afraid to reach out to your peers and the other people in the community. You can always shoot us a DM if you ever have any questions. You can find us on most social media platforms as some variation of Restar or Restar Idol Project. We have most of our stuff on our Restar card if you would like to check us out. Thank you guys so much. It was nice meeting you, and we hope to see you around here. Bye-bye.
Bye, Chaosity! That was the ringleader of Restar Idol Project. We have so much to get to today. Be sure to check out Restar's full interview on ChuBu's YouTube channel later. Now, it's time to get back to our showcase. Another big thank you to our idols for taking the time to share their stories and knowledge with us.